Ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen. Are you ready? Are you ready? Get ready, dog. This be the green light, go. Tires burn the pavement. People want to know where Mace, Potts, and Dave went. Still here, still in your ear with a style so hot, you'll see where all the sun rays went. Legs, arms, the head, all being moved in a frenzy. The blends be all the right cred, meaning credentials. Best of both worlds when we rockin' over pearls in the instrumental. Are you ready? Set. Jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Keep it steady. To the letter rock. Turn it up. We giving the show. But can you rock it like rocket fuel? What you talking about? Space or out your mind? But can you rock it like rockets, fool? That's a close encounter of what kind? When it was time to get it lit, we got it hot like fever. Sick with the talk, pass to your receiver. All about running the spot. And you know we got breath control, so no need to take a breather. Cardio kingpin, subjugate the dub play. And you know we can't wait to bring spins. A-star quizzes, A+ the final. Vocals we align, we'll move it all simultaneously over joints we rock. We earn 30 years, so you can say we got 3 turns. Live off the board, unlike you and your chess men. We installed out.
There's a look at one of the most iconic sports venues in the lower 48. Built back in 1957 under the title of City Stadium. We are at Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. No team means more to a city than the Packers to Green Bay. And this was the scene a few moments ago as the green and gold made their way out of the historic tunnel. They're ready to go as they get set to match up with the Denver Broncos. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback.
Let's go now. Send Lobo. 50. I know he ain't got it. Smooth. Hustle.
They'll go with their leading rusher from a season ago. This is Aaron Jones. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. Following the pickup of 4, here's second and 6. Here's Jones.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Third play here, this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5. From the gun on 3rd down, Locke. Got a man, he finds Sanders. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 44-yard line. And early on, they're picking up right where they left off last week.
And I know a lot of coaches say each game is its own. You don't really have carryover. This feels like carryover. So much confidence from the previous game that they're using to their advantage now.
They'll run it with Jones. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
This is Royce Freeman, second-year man from Oregon. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on second down and short. What I like to say?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. Third and 2, Locke's going to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Equanimous St. Brown 36 yards. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Well, these guys scored touchdown after touchdown in that win a week ago. So how do they come out this week? Same way. They've got that momentum going, a touchdown on the opening drive.
I think it's safe to say that they're in a groove, isn't it? I mean, a lot of times we've seen where teams have scored a ton of points the week before. The very next week struggle to score almost as if they used it all up. Not in this case. This group appears locked in.
And we're going to have to make some adjustments if you're on the other side of that football.
At their own 25-yard line.
Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now it's Rodgers. He gets this to Devontae Adams. First play of the drive going for 14 and a 1st down.
It's a gain of 14 yards.
Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
2nd and 9 at the 40-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now Rodgers. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Derek Wolfe popping in for the sack. I was waiting for them to get there first because the momentum they carry from last week, unbelievable. They had a snowman, 8 sacks.
You were surprised that it took this long, and this isn't that long, truthfully. But here's the thing. If you've seen that on tape, your offensive line is going to have to ask for help. Tight end has to stay in. If you use a fullback, keep him in. Make sure you have extra people to try and keep your quarterback upright. Didn't work on that play.
Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. Here's Rodgers to throw. That'll be taken in there by James Washington. It's a 15-yard pickup, but it'll lead to a 4th down.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent game. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. And here now a spin. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be 1st and 10 Broncos from deep in their own territory. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game. But this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. The 40, the 20, 10, and all the way home for a Broncos score. Aaron Jones, 96 yards. And the Broncos able to show off their quick strike ability. Extra point from McManus is good. And it's now 14-0. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. On second down, a run with Lindsey. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards there and a first down.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march off another 15 against your squad.
On first down, Rodgers. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. Second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. Call it a gain of 5, and that's going to bring up a third down.
It's a gain of 5.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Rodgers going to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Rodgers going to go on fourth down. He's got Adams on the hookup. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. They were caught in no man's land that time, but the decision to go for it, that was the right one. It's a first down. A first red zone opportunity now for the Packers. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18. Throwing is Rodgers. Screen pass to Lindsey. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. On the counter, Lindsey. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. Back for the second quarter in Green Bay. It's the Packers in possession of the football. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And they're driving, but they come up on a 3rd and short here.
Here we go, D. All gas 300. Gas 300.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line.
That's what I'm talking about.
They'll give him a yard on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. And this one is right through. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there, because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
Let's go. Let's go.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. On 2nd and 11 now. Lock, throw to St. Brown, complete on the left side. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. The Packers bringing in an extra member of the secondary here to try for the 3rd down stop.
Look at me, zipper. Go, go.
Throwing his Lock on 3rd down. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a 1st down. Fant, the first-round pick out of Iowa, taken 20th overall. Second tight end taken in the draft. Amazingly, the second Iowa tight end taken in the draft is teammate T.J. Hawkinson. 8th overall, he was selected by the Lions. But Noah Fant really wowed everyone in Indianapolis at the Combine and now trying to parlay that into an impressive NFL career. Kenny Clark, the big D tackle there to make the stop.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Check back.
On 2nd down, here's Lock. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. They could not contain Kenny Clark as he gets home for the sack.
Come on, set. 60 outlaw.
Now a play fake, and here's Lock. That's caught over the middle by Fant. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the first. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. Second-year punter Colby Wadman out there now for the Broncos. Trevor Davis deep for Green Bay. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And he hits his target, Deshaun Hamilton. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Rodgers. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. Here's J.K. Scott now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 37-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 38-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Pick it up, guys. Pick it up. 5. On the defense.
Now Locke throwing on 2nd down. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And finally brought down at the 38. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
24-yard gain on the play. And the Broncos 1st down.
We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. A good convergence there defensively, only a yard, and it's 2nd down.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short gain.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
Hey, team 6. Here we go, D. Get off the field. Let's go.
Lock to throw on 2nd down. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Kentrell Bryce picks it, and he'll bring this one back to the 29. So the first interception of his career under center, and you knew it was going to happen sooner or later.
It has to, and I know he feels like the world is just tumbling down at this moment, but there's got to be some veteran somewhere, some mentor that's going to tell him, hang in there, my man. Plenty more to come. Keep firing.
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. A good down to possibly take a shot, and in fact, they'll come up with an empty backfield on 2nd and inches. Rodgers now to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 22. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he made it all the way to the end zone. This week, he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
Slam.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Locke. And Sutton hauls it in over the middle. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A really nice gain of 25 yards. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half.
Well, touch and timing are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
On the ready.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Block again here on 2nd and 10. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1.
Well, he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since.
Even. 4 down. Even. Hey, wahoo!
Locke looks to throw it again. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had to fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
In his own end zone, it's Rodgers. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. Trying to defend the out route there, got the PI call.
And you know what's difficult about that one is sometimes you want to make the undercut move and go for the football, and other times just want to hang on the upfield shoulder and make the tackle. I think he got caught in between and created a foul.
On first down, right back to Lindsey. And he's going to lose yardage, not that it matters, as the final seconds tick away. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is a real, I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Throwing now is Rodgers. Over the middle, that's caught by Adams. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A first down there on a pickup of 25. From midfield, here's Rodgers. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. Philip Lindsay, the intended target. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. They'll go again to Jones. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on 3rd down.
Bravo.
On play action, Lock. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. It's caught inside the 25. Give him 30 yards there.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. Kentrell Bryce in on the tackle.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Yeah. Leo. Be Griffin.
On 2nd and 9, Lock. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Equanimous St. Brown with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Broncos push further out in front. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, second half, no matter what. Whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. So after the loss of 2, here's 2nd and 12 from the 23. To throw is Rodgers. Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. 16 yards, a first down.
Trey. It was 33 to 0.
Now they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
I came back 33 to 28.
On 1st and 10, it's Lindsay.
And then next thing I know,
They're going to get him behind the line. As his nightmare afternoon continues. They give him 4 yards. Now they get him to 2nd and 6.
Wait, what happened?
I said, the dude, you remember when I was telling you to get my stick in that?
Yeah.
He was beating me 33 to 0.
Von Miller in there to get him, and on the season tonight is 96. He's proving his worth defensively, getting the sack after being named the AFC Defensive Player of the Week for his performance in last week's game.
Stacking games together. You just mentioned what he did the previous week to be named AFC Defensive Player of the Week. Continuing to play it back.
And Rodgers intercepted the 3rd time. Picked up by Buzz Callahan.
I don't know.
And he takes this one back into the end zone. Bronco defense has a touchdown.
Eric ain't talking
This
about
D wanted to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a
he in a
backup,
man
start
game.
loosening up. I think I get a chance to play before
can't
this
give you a
one's
party
over
about
with that type of a cushion.
We talk to each other.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they just had that pick six. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. He's picked off just shy of midfield. And they will finally run him down, but not until he brings this one all the way back down inside the 10-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirt.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. Suddenly, it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. And for one of the few times here today, this one's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. They'll try again with Jones. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a Bronco touchdown. Aaron Jones with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Broncos use this short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. McManus's point after is good, and that will extend this big lead.
We might say we go to something.
About set to get this drive started.
He said he the best out of all of us.
And last time, one play interception, so this offense, they should be fresh.
And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with the ball, because a lot of
it was like, I wanted y'all to. Nah, motherfucker. Yeah, nah. You better than that. Hey, did you see yesterday when it was us at the park? He was like, "What Brooklyn at?" He was about to go run with some randoms.
Rodgers now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. That's 1st and 10. From the midfield stripe.
All stand.
Nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. It was Bryce Callahan jarring the ball free defensively.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow.
Have to note beside you.
That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. The throw taken in by Hamilton. And he'll be brought down, looks like right at the 40. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
About 2-3 weeks.
The last catch nearly got him a first, but it did not, and they'll try to convert on 3rd and inches. Rodgers again now.
Good play.
And Adams has it complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 28.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him, and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
Intended for Austin Safarian Jenkins.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. On 2nd down now, it's Lindsey, and he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Back now at Lambeau. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair.
I'm coming after you.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Caught on the right side by Adams. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Hey, Trey said he's like his mama, so he a woman.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. Throwing is Rodgers. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. The ball comes out. It's picked up by the Broncos. And it's a good return here as he gets all the way up close to the 35.
And with that kind of any kind of mistakes, but it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game. This big in
an afternoon to forget, absolutely. The Broncos on the field ready to start their next drive. And this game,
I don't remember saying that.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL. I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season,
Hey, I don't give a fuck. I don't know what Trey seeing your guy, but Trey been taking the ball out of bounds. Trey been taking the ball out.
In each instance,
I be saying right,
why didn't you do that? Just do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game.
Turn it back on. Trey catching my voice.
Yeah, it's not working all right.
It's a 1st down on a gain of 10. After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10.
We done started like 3 quarters.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Watch the ship.
I think you better update.
Recon 132 fire.
They'll try the right side with Jones. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. We should mention, to go along with a great game he had last week, he was rightfully named AFC Offensive.
Yo, guess who got?
And he shares that with his offensive line, the tight end, his fullback. He's looking for more of that in this game.
He was on
the 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Called it.
Here's Freeman. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. Preston Smith there on the stop.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep following forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Go now. 10-2. 56.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he's going to have a 1st down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
On the double.
56. Check 56.
Get it.
On 2nd down, Freeman. It was Jordan Evans making the play defensively.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6.
Pick it up. Pick it up. Pick it up.
And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points.
Hey, Trey.
Widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
How many games we lose last night?
Offense ready to get their next drive underway. They've lost this one. Their offense is struggling. Do they try to put together something here at the end?
Yeah, I went to Will Mama.
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that, and coaches watch out. I remember one time I was on a team, and we were losing late in the game like this.
No, we played the game.
It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone,
We did lose last
executed
night.
well before we get
Once to Indy's
and
team.
that was the message.
He started.
My goodness, another
We lose one
interception.
more.
Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead, positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Check. Routine spell. Watch the whip. Defense.
Back to the ground, this time with Freeman.
My tear right.
And he is met in his
One,
tracks
two.
behind the
My
line of
last.
scrimmage. That backs
Well,
him up
look
1
what tear
yard
on
and
there.
brings up 3rd down.
And then go to 6.
Zero rooting
Oh, they
interest
added
in
more.
either team in this game. I only want a good
I just
game.
keep getting crazy.
But with all the offense we've seen
Boy,
from
they
them
don't know.
today,
Man.
it's kind of nice to see the defense step up and make a big play.
Personal.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were ever going to get him in the backfield. Nice to see him get a stop. So this one will wind up a Denver victory, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for the Broncos, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Green Bay, they suffered defeat for the first time as they dropped to 2-1. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.
The young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a joke like Chappelle show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a joke like Chappelle show. this so perennial. Do this for my millennials, I be murdering any flow. Yeah. I just had to let you know. Yeah. Give me that work and I can sell it. I put it on the line like I ain't selfish, nah. The story if I let you tell it. Put my heart and soul in so you feel it. I ain't never faking, I'm the realest since Tupac in the prison and claiming his innocence. Currently, I'm the greatest rapper in a sense. But any currency, I'm still guaranteed my wins. This is coming from within, I stuff for real, I don't pretend. When the OG spilling knowledge, bet it's best you soak it in. I'm a prophet to them scholars, got them chakras opening. Got them fixing up their octaves, now they truly focused in. I'm seeing 2020 visions. Daily manifesting on my premonitions. Best to keep it neutral, got my own religion. The brainwash, gotta make your own decision. My word is James Bond, I stay on a mission. Coming for the top position, ain't no competition, man. Pull up in the top is missing, fuck the opposition, and all that lane switching, this is what the game is. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You would do like your belly show. This so perennial, do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You would joke like Chappelle show. This so perennial, do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know.